I'm Genevieve Bargello.
And I'm Eileen Wurst.
And this is CFB News. In a shocking twist, Percy Fairway, who has attended every monthly game night at the Wabam hardware store, has finally landed on the smallest sliver of them all. Percy Fairway has won the famed Hawaiian cruise.
Percy Fairway is so excited. We were able to talk to him briefly afterwards, and he has said that he will be using this experience to go to Hawaii to find inspiration for perhaps a new hole on his golf course, because he has yet to do anything with Hawaii, and he says that the Febreze scent Hawaiian Breeze is one of his favorites. This is sure to be something Hee-Hee-Hoovie will really love. This has been
CFB News.
Felicia, you ever walking around outside?
Yeah.
And you're looking at the ground, and sometimes leaves, sometimes worms,
all
sometimes
these things are
dirt.
familiar to me.
Good. I want you to imagine you see something, though. You see like a tiny lump, and it looks freshly dug, and you're thinking maybe a mole, maybe a groundhog. But you see something sticking out of it, and it's a normal human thing. Perhaps it's silverware, perhaps it's a yo-yo. And then you keep walking, and something else has dug this as well. And you're starting to think, you don't see paws. You're like, is a human doing this? And what would you do if your town was suddenly riddled with a bunch of random buried items? And that's the question we're going to answer.
That's the premise of today's episode. Because technically we kind of forgot birthday episodes are a concept. And I said to Elaine, oh, well, if you want to pick out things for your birthday episode, let me know. And nothing immediately came to her, so she came back with this suggestion of there's a bunch of silverware buried around town and we don't know who's doing it. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, well, I can't deny that from you, because clearly it's something you've been dying to do for forever.
Yeah, I've had that buried for so long.
And to be clear, the next episode after this is going to be me doing this, so it's probably going to be similar. It's going to be 2 weird weeks, you know? Because there's nothing I've really been holding off on. Because both of us, we have our episodes we really want to do. Like for you, it's the cult. For me, it's the community theater and the amusement park. And we're just saving them because we need to save them. They're so good.
Yeah,
you know, it has to be the perfect day to tackle it, you know?
Yeah. And this podcast is different than the one that we do not speak of, because more often than not, we do have a lot more freedom with what we get to talk about. So we tend to like automatically more what we're talking
we
about.
already enjoy what we're doing,
so it's like birthday episode, I'm like, yeah, I can't really fit Anastasia.
I'm not like literally 18 and not wanting to shove my hyperfixations onto this podcast, and I think it was fun that I did it on Wonka Watch, but I don't have that same desire anymore. I think
that's fair, because like what would Succession and Clatfartburg look like? You know, it's interesting. It's like a fake town with real stuff
because I've aged, you know, and now it's like, okay, I'm not going to do the David Cronenberg's Crash and Clatfartburg episode. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, you know, that's hard to, you know, like we can make it
happen.
Vaughn
will never be in this town. I am making deep cut reference.
The list of celebrities that will never be allowed to show up.
James Spader, never in Clatfartburg.
Thank God. Get out of here.
Do I want to take that back? No, I don't.
Oh, you unhooked. No, she's gone.
We just had a crucial awful error where I dared to touch my microphone and it disconnected me, so I yelled in an Australian accent for 2 minutes while trying to reconnect it. So if my voice sounds hoarse, that's why. I was saying something about James Spader. It wasn't important enough to keep going.
You know what? It was the spirit of James Spader saying, "You will not banish me from Clatfartburg. I will be staying here."
And he is very alive, so that's very interesting. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. Astral projection.
You know what I think it is? I think I mentioned my hyperfixations enough on this podcast that I get them out of my system. Whereas Wonka was truly unwelcome. Where here, you know, it's all a world of our. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to finish that sentence the way I was going to sentence it.
I was debating, and I feel like we'll need to do this 5 years from now. I do think it'd be funny if one of us was just a sim walking around Clatfartburg for a day. What does that look like?
Yeah.
How do they interact with us? Content. That could be fun. But we're burying stuff today and finding it.
We're burying stuff, and I'm going to start standing up. So enjoy that, Elaine.
I love it. I'll kick us off. So this is now entering Clatfartburg. If this is your first episode, that's great for us.
I'm very curious what this title is going to be, because I know it's going to be something wild.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what's even about to happen. But I'm Elaine.
I'm Felicia.
And this is a comedy world-building podcast where we expand upon the fictional town of Clatfartburg and we figure out who lives there and what the hell they're doing. So we have quite the case on our hands. And I guess to start, we got to figure out who is first noticing these little berry things. And I guess, what do they look like? I've just describing them as these tiny little mounds, but I mean, they could be, I guess, any kind of, situation, just an open hole and the things are in the open hole. It could be certain shaped hole, like a star or a pentagon, things like that. Other shapes, rhombus, trapezoid.
If it's a shape, I think it rules out animal, probably. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though this is probably a human-made hole.
Yeah.
A shape also implies a level of strategy and predetermination.
Yeah.
That may not actually be accurate to what the situation is. But I'm not against it. I just think we have to think about if we decide a shape, what that shape implies,
Well, this could also be from origin to this is becoming more routine. Perhaps later on in whatever this act is, the person is starting to have things they want to be part of it. The shape, maybe. The things, the organization of how they put it in the hole or something to speak. So I'm totally open starting with the chaos and we can just see if that makes sense for whatever's happening here. I imagine it starts becoming a problem because people are stepping or tripping over it. Because otherwise you'd be like, okay, weird hole, groundhogs, I don't know. But then and stuff goes missing too.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is...
It's messing up lawns. It's messing up, paths when it wouldn't be on the paths. It's messing up areas where there shouldn't be them. They shouldn't be there.
Yeah. The woodland trails. It's in the middle of the trail. And it's in...
Yeah, so it's not even just a specific place. It's all over town. They could be anywhere.
Yeah. And no one's caught them yet. And I think now it's probably been going on I think 2 months now. That's enough time for people to slowly be like, oh, hey, you also tripped over a hole? The urgent care has been bumping with twisted ankles.
Lots of them.
People are hobbling in Clatfartburg. Yeah, they're calling it the hob. What do we call this era?
The twist. The twist in...
It's the twist.
The twister. The twister.
The twister. We're in the... Hello, everybody. I'm Annie West, reporting on The Twister.
The twister. So that's what they call this person, or whatever, is burying these holes. The twister.
Oh, that's an interesting... Because then maybe people at first are thinking they're purposely wanting to twist people's ankles. And that's twisted. That's actually kind of scary. The twister.
My secret mission, to make everyone trip as they're walking around town.
I wanted to be a ballet dancer. And they said, your ankles are too weak. And I said, oh, my ankles are too weak. And so Madame Pagonia was going out to her Corvette. And oops, a couple of placed rocks thwarted her little kitten heel. And twister. Down she went. The twister. They have a YouTube channel and they do ASMR. Hey guys, this is my favorite spade. I'm gonna go dig some holes.
Okay, that's an option.
That's an option.
I like it, but it feels too early to declare it.
Oh no, yeah. These the little puzzle pieces, the little mixing pot. That's the flour. But yeah, okay. People are starting to get hurt. So now this is on someone's desk. This is on reboot. Try that again. Tori Cobbleton, who is the mayor of Clatfartburg and is obsessed with clocks. I feel like this has officially reached her desk. This has to be dealt with because this is now a city-wide
it's a town
thing.
Issue. Yeah.
So it's gotten big. It's on the news. People are talking about it. And now I think people, I don't know, would you be afraid of this or just be like, this is weird? Because nothing's happening when people, it's not like, oh, you twist your ankle and then I rob you. It's just, oops.
Yeah. I would think it's odd. I'm an anxious person where I might be like, but what comes next?
Fair.
You know?
I think someone started an Instagram and everyone's sending in holes. And some of them are very clearly not related to this at all, but they post them. They're like holes of Clatfartburg.
The Twister's tricks.
The Twister's tricks.
Holes of Clatfartburg is funnier.
It existed before this, and now they're having a boom. They had 10 followers before this, and now they're up to 567. That's great. 567, magic number. So
I love that.
What? I'm going to throw out another option. We do not need to commit or do whatever, but what if the person who ran the holes of Clatfartburg was like, man, no one cares, but I love holes so much. What if I bring holes to people? What if I demonstrate different
What if this is like a Murder on the Orient Express situation? Is Murder on the Orient Express where they all did it? Is that the one where they all did it?
Yeah.
This is like a Murder of the Orient Express. There's like 13 people doing different hole-based activities. Not in that way.
Not in that way.
But they all have their own motives for doing, creating these divots in the ground.
And is there any correlation, or does this just, I feel like one person might be an imitator because they see clouts happening and they're like, oh, well, I want to be on the holes of Clatfartburg Instagram. This is great.
This is like an Ocean's 11 crew. Who knew the silverware burying episode would become the like biggest addition to our Clatfartburg chart? So we have the Twister, who is the Twister, who is specifically trying to twist people's ankles. So they are the ones doing it on footpaths. They are doing it at the bases of buildings. Then we have Holes of Clatfartburg. Now, was Holes of Clatfartburg a porn account until this happened? Or were they just genuinely interested in holes of the non-bodily variety?
That's really interesting, because I wonder if there could be a correlation, but I feel like that would probably be more like, I feel like it'd be more of a private Tumblr situation, maybe. So I'm saying they could also be running for sure, but I don't think that's as public. I don't think you could really get away with that in Clatfartburg, and like,
I don't think so.
You know, people are going to know who you are. They're going to know that. Stop it. Okay. I'm writing down these so I don't forget.
Yes. So I think Holes of Clatfartburg was a genuine interest page trying to get interest in the Holes of Clatfartburg. The pipes were a big feature. They controversially posted the cave because they thought, well, a cave's basically a big hole, and a lot of people said not really to that one. They didn't like that. They were not a fan of that.
I bet they participated in the archaeological dig that happened.
I bet so. Maybe
that's a fun hole.
Yeah, maybe they are like in the kind of like archaeology scene, an episode I completely forgot we did. And
we always
forget
about
is
that
to
one.
Make holes. Yeah.
And the best part, you're not just making a hole for the sake of the hole. You know you're going to find something in that hole, and then you get a brush and you get to slowly take so like you really get to savor it like a good fudge.
So maybe they're trying to bring the joys of archaeology to people, and that's why things are buried in some of these holes. So Holes of Clatfartburg is behind some of the buried objects. And this makes sense.
That makes sense.
I want to see how many people we can get involved in this.
Oh, yeah. How big can we make this?
How many reasons can we make for someone to be digging holes?
So you got the Twister, you got the owner of the Holes of Instagram who's into archaeology, wants people to be into it. We're going to have someone who wants to be on the Instagram profile. And we could technically have a couple people doing that as well with different intentions. But, I mean, I do immediately think of Clatfartburg internet socialites, Becky and Harper, who would do anything. But I don't know if this would be too tacky for them.
I think this might be too tacky. Well, I think it's too tacky for Harper. Is it too tacky for Becky?
So Becky's going through a crisis.
For the record, Becky and Harper, because these characters mostly exist in bonus episodes and weirdly this new episode, they are the daughters of two separate museum siblings who run a podcast together called Utter She Better Don't. If you're interested, you can listen to, I think, 4 episodes of that in-universe podcast on our Buy Me a Coffee Clatfartburg.com, and Becky has recently gotten divorced, and Harper's making an MLM. So that's kind of what's going on right now with them.
Yeah. And they desperately want to go to New York, and they just want to be hot influencer people, which is why this could be enticing. You're stuck in Clatfartburg. Here's a hole. But, so I see.
Okay. I think Becky I think Harper could be burying some of her MLM products as kind of a guerrilla marketing scheme. That she would do. Because she would be using the town's idea against itself, which she would like.
That's perfect. I think Becky long ago went to claim Hose of Clatfartburg, the handle. Didn't realize she'd done a typo, and she had actually claimed Holes of Clatfartburg, and then had a very intense beef with the person who did want to get Holes of Clatfartburg and was saying, hey, you haven't really posted any. This is weird. This is just like photos of heels and like lipstick. So what's happening? And this is when Becky was like, I'm going to say younger, and got into a very heated debate, but then did finally give over the handle because she didn't realize there was a typo in it and kept insisting, what are you talking about? And it took a lot of screenshots and highlighting it. And then that was kind of, so she has beef with the Holes as well. So, but yeah, I see that. Okay. So they're like moderately involved. That makes sense. So someone's finding like, someone just found a hole of like botched makeup and like,
yeah,
a QR code.
A QR code with a bunch of definitely not Maybelline lipsticks.
Yeah, 100%. I guess one animal has to be involved. Yeah. That would be fair. A squirrel is having like the best day of that. Crows could be having fun. They don't bury holes, but if it's an open-faced hole.
Wasn't there a bird that digs holes in that episode? Was it Screwdriver?
Oh, the jackhammer one?
Not
might be the Screwdriver one?
Whatever the bird in the Street Performers episode that makes holes was named, that one. Might have been a woodpecker. I think there was a woodpecker.
Yeah.
So whichever one makes holes, that one is involved. We're not going to touch on it too much, but they have to be.
Yeah.
But we can still do another animal.
That's stupid. There should be an awkwardly big hole. I think someone makes an awkwardly big hole by accident.
Yes.
Or someone mistakes a construction site for the twister trying to make a hole, and people start protesting, but they're just trying to fix the sidewalk.
I like that. Yes.
They're like,
I like that.
Come on, we're just
replanting a tree.
Protesters at replanting a tree, which was this beautiful initiative because they were like, yeah, we just expanded the library and we had to take down some trees. So now we're going to do a replanting ceremony. We're going to double the trees that we had to tear down to do that. And then people come out protesting. You're enabling the twister.
Do not support the twister's evil deeds. I think there is someone who is a conspiracy theorist who they think that burying certain objects is going to do something. I don't know what they think it's going to do, but it's going to do something.
Yeah. That makes me wonder if weather or fortune. Maybe people want good fortune. Which archaeology is on my mind. The roach clacker, yes. Whatever. I feel like that could randomly appear again. Weird things. Socks. I want someone to just be burying socks.
Okay. Yeah.
I think someone hates their roommate who never picks up their socks, and they're like, you know what? I'm now gonna make a hole and put them in there.
Yeah.
And I guess to be clear, with a hole, some of these holes I guess aren't fully buried. The earth
now shall.
They do a little ceremony. That's okay. So whenever it comes up to this, there is a alien club in Clatfartburg, and they do dress up as aliens, and they don't really do a ceremony. It's not the cult. It's not a cult at all. They just have a lot of money and dress up and have alter names. But they'll do a nice dinner, but they'll also go see a meteor shower. But could they get involved in on the holes? What is Feasting Hay Richington, who is part of Alien Club and notoriously lives underground? Yeah,
lives underground multiple times. I think right now, I don't know where we decided he's living right now, because I mean, Feasting Hay Richington is, I don't know if he's the richest man in Clatfartburg. He is very rich, but he just keeps living in holes. And that's just a personal issue for him.
Yeah, he wants to make sure he's a victim and can be like, I kind of get that vibe from it. And he also doesn't know how to, he wants to have.
And it's also, we've decided he just really enjoys backpacking and camping, but can't admit that to himself because it doesn't fit his image, which is very true. Feast and Hay Richington, I do think maybe he's breaking ground on a new property.
It's time.
Imagine,
he's going to make a nice little tiny home.
He bought like this really expensive plot of land in the middle of downtown that's never been developed. And everyone's like, oh, I can't wait to see what they build up there. And he's like, not up, down. So
and he wants to try to save some money before the contractors get there. So he's going to see how much he can dig the hole himself before the Bobcat gets in there and starts doing it stuff. So people are seeing him like 24/7 doing it. So I think people have suspicions it might be him because they're like, sure, it's the big, like, I think some of the logics there, the conspiracy theory people, I think some of them are like, oh my God, it's probably him. And that's getting dicey for him when he goes for walks. I just imagined there's a bunch of fans of the Twister and they will gather as a group and they'll creepily run at night wearing skippets. So they're just like hopping with their skippets because nothing hurts worse than when a skippet hits your ankle. It's like absolute torture.
Riding on razor scooters. Razor scooters and skippets. The Twister's
maybe they do a little, they get on their razor scooters and then once they're around the hole, they like use this skippet around the hole as like a, this hole
you can always tell a Twister acolyte when both their shoes are untied.
Why is the skin a little rough around your left ankle? Were you wearing a skippet? No, it was a bracelet, an anklet. It had nickel. My skin changed color. What are those bruises? Oh, no. That's contour on my ankle. It's really hot these days. You want a protruding little ankle bone and those other parts of the heel. I know there's a lot of parts of that heel.
One time I was a kid, I forgot the word for ankle and called it my heel knuckle.
They could be called the heel knuckles.
No,
that's
they're
crazy.
the Twister's acolytes. I'm sorry.
The Twister's acolytes. No, they're the Twister's acolytes. I love that we just keep brushing up against cults.
Yeah.
Which is so funny. So
enough to be a cult.
Which is funny because that means they have to have a leader who isn't the Twister, but is like the head of this fan club, so to speak. And I wonder if this person is claiming to have access to the Twister.
Yeah.
And they really just have always wanted to be like in charge of a group. And they finally have it.
I feel like now the ballet Twister person, maybe they're the charge of it and the Twister is never even real. The Twister never exists. There is no one who's trying to just twist people's ankles. Because I enjoy the concept. And now you can reject this. But I do enjoy the concept of a cult of personality formed around someone who does not exist.
Oh, yeah. I'm totally into that.
There's something very telling about that. But I do think maybe the leader is the ballet person.
The leader has beef.
With ankles?
Trauma from ballet. Yeah. I was saying, soccer, I would sprain my ankle all the time because we'd be running on these like random ass fields and there were these divots and then I just like go down. So some might say I have weak ankles. So this kind of hits home for me, actually. I feel like I can really speak to this experience.
You are one of the Twister's acolytes! Quick, I must run! I must flee! Before my ankles get twisted!
Twisty, twisty, twisting in the night. We will come when they least expect it.
I didn't know it was an Andrew Lloyd Webber musical.
Give me your feet down in the hole. Give me your feet down in the hole. I imagine they just have a bunch of candles too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just silly things. Compression socks. I don't know.
Do we think Cole and Dale get involved in this? I feel like they have to.
Yeah, this also has to. I think Tori Cobbleton
summons
them. They get summoned the way you do for jury duty.
Yeah. You have been summoned, gay Hardy Boys. Okay, so Cole and Dale are the gay Hardy Boys. They're the town detectives. We don't need to go into that anymore. And
they're dating each other. They're not brothers.
Yes, let's be very clear.
They're dating each other.
They're gay Hardy Boys in the way that they're detectives that are gay, not in that they're brothers. interesting. Does Dela Noire take an opportunity here? Because we had some Dela Noire plot that we said was going to go forward, and then we kind of abandoned that like a hot potato about 8 months ago and have not done anything with that.
Yeah.
But I don't remember where we left it, which is the problem. So
no. Well, I mean, the thing with Dela Noire is she's just kind of in and out doing odd moves anyway. Yeah. So I think it's okay if it doesn't like perfectly follow what's next. They had coordinates, I think, from the like it's going to lead to the cave or something. They had coordinates.
Any timeline, you know?
That's so true. Also, like, there could be 5 Dela Noire universes we're living in, and we're just hopping between all of them. So
I didn't know
we never said Clatfartburg was
multiverse.
You guys didn't know this had seasons, but this is actually a parallel universe. This is universe 1 of Clatfartburg, and then at some point we'll do parallel universe and then the second parallel universe. It's like all the Spider-Mans, you know, and then we'll one day have them all interact with each other.
I give it enough time, it could happen. I don't want to say, you know, I wouldn't be proud of it, but it could happen.
Right, yeah. That's when you guys will know. It's like, should they stop?
Yeah.
That's when you'll be like, guys.
I think that is generous that's when they'll be thinking it.
That's true. Yeah, if we reach that point, that would be an epic conclusion.
Yeah.
Now it's multi-universes, and it just continues. Because that or the apocalypse.
Whatever you make it. Yeah.
There was a little lesson along the way, even though we said there would never be a lesson. Okay, Dela Noire, what's she doing? You know what?
Dela Noire, hold on, is Dale Iron Alexander, who is one of the gay Hardy Boys, his great aunt, who went mysteriously missing and has been leaving them clues about things related to their family history because their family was related to the mystery meat sausage gang. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to go into anything more than that because it's really not important right now. You can listen to the rest.
There's a fortune out there.
Probably not someone's first episode.
Yeah. So
they probably went away when the episode was just called The Twister. And I love if we call the episode The Twister, people are going to think a tornado hits Clatfartburg, and that is not at all what this is.
Well, I'll just call it The Twister's Acolytes, and then that'll change everything.
And that'll make it much more clear. And then it'll be like, oh, well, obviously, it's about the people who have invented the cult of personality, about the Twisters, about somebody who is tripping people on holes.
Mm-hmm. I think, and this is really bold to say, but I think Dela Noire is kind of like for, you know, Dale and Cole, we give them a lot of credit. They do solve some mysteries, but like, are they good? Or are they Clatfartburg good? You know what I mean?
Think they are good. I think they're pretty decent. I will say, in a lot of the mysteries we've talked about, I don't know how much deduction they've done. I think they've just actually talked to people, you know? And is that us not being very good at writing mysteries? Perhaps.
Some people do outlines and do a lot of intensive things before they do a mystery, and then we just hop on the mic and go, and here's our prompt, the banana-esque mirror, and then we go with that, you know? So I feel like we do a good job considering. I think Dela Noire has been giving probably good hints, but they're like level extreme hard, and I think they're not solving it.
I also think Cole and Dale are busy. You know what I mean? I think this is what they are. Lives. I think they are good for Clatfartburg, but I think a traditional detective would not be good in Clatfartburg because it has so many internal things going on that it needs somebody who really knows the culture, you know?
True.
And knows the people. I do not, I think she's giving them hard prompts. Yeah. But remember, they are really good at escape rooms. Genuinely.
Yeah.
So they do have some intellectual ability. Now, granted, it's Frida and Friedrich, so... But,
you know,
and we're not going to get into that. And I do think they're also just quite busy. I think they're solving a lot of low-level mysteries a lot of the time, and I think it's making up a vast majority of their income. And Dale's still in school, and Cole still works 2 full-time jobs. Not 2 full-time jobs, but definitely 2 or 3 jobs that make up full-time, you know?
Yeah.
So
he's the gig master.
That's a lot. You know, I think the amount of time they have trying to hunt down Dela Noire's esoteric ideas. She's retired. She thinks everyone has this much time. They do not.
Yeah. I think what she does is she sees this as a great opportunity. I think she leaves them a clue to go find a certain hole. And in that hole, there will be a box. And in that box will be one more box. These are big boxes. And then I think they open it, and it's at night. It's dark, but there's fog. There's actually fog happening, okay? There's a little owl. Okay? It's a little spooky. Okay, the Twisters acolytes, they just passed them. They had to sneak past them because they were doing their weird like skip it ritual. And they were like, I think weirdly Dale might have been invited during class. Someone might be like, hey Dale, you might be interested. Do you want to like, the Twister is really interesting, don't you think? Don't you ever like, I don't know, like there's something going on there. And he's like, no, what? No. And it got weird. So I think they had to like scoot past them, right? So they're like trying not to like make a noise and
disrupt
like Cole
the
steps on a
acolytes
branch.
of Twister. Yeah, it's a very stealth game moment for them.
Yeah, and they're like, oh god, okay, a new hole's been
They're
found,
sly
but thankfully it's not.
foxing it and hopping on like fence posts and shit.
Yeah. And at one point, yeah, they step on a branch and someone's like, oh, what's that? And they're like, oh, Brother Matthew. And another acolyte appears and he's like, I brought juice boxes. And then they all like,
I didn't say they were calling each other brother, okay? You added that.
it's someone's brother.
Yeah.
Actually, it's just a giant family. It's 6 siblings who've decided this is what their summer plan is going to be.
We're going to be the Twisters acolytes.
We're going to be the Twisters acolytes, but they're like old. Like they're people. They're kids.
Adults. Yeah.
They're all adults. Some of them might be like home from college for the summer, but like I feel like somehow this was just like we had so many siblings. What do we do? And we just weirdly got invested in this. What do we do? The family reunion has driven them mad. It's terrifying. There's so many people at this family reunion. The like economy has gone up 2% in Clatfartburg because of how many people have arrived for this family.
They were skip it champions, and that's why. No, I'm not adding all these lures, but I mean they can
double Dutch. Maybe they could be. How about double Dutch?
Double Dutch champions.
They could really kill it at double Dutch. Double Dutch is crazy. Have you ever done it?
No.
Thrill of a lifetime. You're like, oh, that's impossible. Then you start doing it. You're like, wait, why is this easier than regular jump roping? It's wild. It's free. If you ever get the opportunity.
I'll have to try it.
Birthday plans. Guys, guys, if you ever get offered to do double Dutch, give it a whirl. I know it looks like wild and scary, but like you pick up on it faster than you would think. Now, some of you might be going, Elaine, what if I have weak ankles like you? And I say you can't not exist in this world. You have to be brave and put your ankles out there.
Sometime.
Yeah.
Even if it means you could get twisted, you have to make a risk.
So they find this hole eventually, and there's a box, and it's big. And they go down, and it matches, like, they got a painting. Dela Noire is a painter.
Yeah.
So they got a quick sketch, I think, of what this box looks like. And they, like, they're like, well, I guess, do we open it? They're looking around, like, no one's there. They've got flashlights also. And again, like, they passed the Twister acolytes, like, a while ago, but, you know, who knows? People could still hear them. But they're like, Dale's like, we have to open this. So I don't know if there's a crowbar nearby or if they, like, easily pop it off, but they pop it off.
I was picturing a cardboard box. I love that it's a metal or, like, wooden box.
I'm imagining wooden box that this is about to be bonkers and, like, big hitting. So it doesn't have to happen, but then the second box happens, and there's I think a painting on that box, and a painting is of a box of matches,
Dela Noire's calling card,
her calling card, I think a lot of gold coins, I think an evil haunting face in the background. You can't make out what it is. I think there's been some fire from the matches, and then at the base is a shattered light bulb. Dela Noire was known for painting lamps her whole life, and then suddenly switched to matches, and that's when she disappeared. So they still don't know what this means. They're like, she's been trying to tell us the story this whole time. What the fuck is this story?
I have a suggestion, unless you know what's in the second box.
I do know what's in the second box, but I'm open to a suggestion instead.
Okay, my suggestion was, and I would love if it's the same, they open it and it's a skip it.
I was That's actually really good. I was gonna have them open it and she pops out and she's just been waiting in this box. And they scream and run away.
No,
they meet her finally,
so
and they, like, she's just been waiting, because that seems like the way Dela Noire, I imagine, has really long black curly hair that's really frazzled at this point. She kind of, I imagine her as this, like, woodland woman who's just, like, living here or there, and then she'll, like, put on a disguise sometimes and go into town. Like, she's just, like, really leaned into being an artist hardcore to a point where, like, what is reality and what is Dela Noire's world. I think she's clearly actually had beef this whole time that maybe she's been trying to say artistically, but nobody understood it. Maybe she was silenced and that's why she went to matches. So I think she kept trying to like leave those in the clues, and maybe that's what got confusing for Dale and Cole, because they're trying to understand her story, but also like, are we supposed to be finding her? Are we finding things? And what do you want us to do with the things? Like, there's just too many like gaps missing. But I imagine if we go with this option, yeah, they like pull out and they're like, oh my gosh, okay, second one, we gotta go. And it gets stuck and they finally pull it out. And then literally she springs up and she goes, and they scream. And I think they run for a bit. I think they come back. And I think she's there. It depends on if we want them to like officially meet, or do they hilariously yet again run away from her knowing they actually just met her, but it was too terrifying, and by the time they come back,
they met
she's gone.
Briefly at the movie theater, right? Didn't they
I don't think they
was she
knew
just
that
watching them.
She was just watching them. They've not actually gotten to knowingly interact before, knowing who everyone was. What if she started the holes? What if she was the instigator? And then
it was an immersive art project.
Yeah, it was totally not supposed to be anything like that, but I think it was more like, you think you won't notice something that's missing, so if I make a hole and I'm removing the dirt, you actually will notice it, won't you? Isn't that interesting? And it's a statement.
Yeah.
And then she's been observing the Twister acolytes. Like, I think it's just been so amazing for her art. But yeah, I think after they've been scared shitless, Dale like has a moment. He goes, it can't be. You can't be. And it is. And Dela Noire goes, wait, hold on. How am I going to make her talk? Let's see. About time, kid. So, Dale and who's this fellow? Cole, I believe, yes?
Yeah.
Well, I had to speed things up a bit. I've been leaving you clues here and there, and it's been interesting to watch you work. It's an art form in itself. Can you catch the elusive Dela Noire? I am elusive, yes. I believe I've been quite elusive, yes.
Yeah,
I don't have an
busy.
ID anymore. I don't pay taxes. That's how elusive I am.
Okay.
Is anything legal these days? It's just words on paper. And if you have the money, it doesn't matter. So why should I bother playing into your system if it wouldn't care anyway?
Yeah.
Oh, Dale. And she just grabs his cheeks and she's like, whoa, Dale. Oh, you look so much like your father. I've never met him. I just imagine. But Dale, there's a reason I chose you. Cole, do we need to have Cole sign an NDA or something? You'll stay silent, yes?
Yeah.
You will stay silent. Because this is a coffin I'm in right now, and we can bury you right now.
That's a coffin?
A coffin can be any size, really.
I've never seen one where the body has to be so curled up like that.
It's just cozy. It depends. Depends on how you're coffining.
I guess
I was once, I spent a summer amongst a group of people who loved to sleep in boxes. They were cat fans, I think is the best description for them. And so cats love boxes, and so did they. And, during that summer, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about my lumbar system, the comfort of cardboard, what is best, the psyche, what happens, what is a home, what are walls. And then when I was looking in my cardboard box and I looked up and I realized, hey, I have an open ceiling. I am nestled and protected. I am like a hole in the ground, and the whole environment and living beings are above me. And I wanted to bring that to Clatfartburg, the city that hates me.
I don't think the city you're displayed in the art museum.
Bartholomew, Arkansas, the leader of the Mystery Meat Gang. Dale Iron Alexander, did you ever connect the dots there on that one?
Yeah, we did get that.
So you're not too dumb after all. Good. Well, that bastard never shared his fortune, hid it in the theater, hid it all around. Okay, and I've been trying to find it, and I did finally find it. But I had to make sure it was passed on, because I realized I no longer have a need for money. I just wanted to make sure I could get it from Bartholomew Alexander. And I did. And now it's yours. If you can find it. And she just starts like jazz fingers. Can you find it?
Slowly leaving. She just starts backing away with the
and they're
jazz.
like, wait, come back. She gets on a razor scooter.
She goes, give me that from the acolytes, and starts scootering away.
She throws a Nokia cell phone at them, and that is now their line of communication.
Love
and
that.
She sends a text an hour later. Let's meet up for coffee. Go somewhere inconspicuous. Bring deodorant for me.
I don't think anywhere in Clatfartburg is inconspicuous, is the thing.
That's fair.
That meeting Dela Noire at a Dunkin' Donuts?
That's bonkers. They should be at the coffee shop that's swamp themed, where they're in the dark in a boat.
Inconspicuous.
On the water. Like, it's dark. That's actually the perfect time for them to meet. So basically at this point they've met, and now they have Dale can weirdly text on a Nokia phone. That's a whole different experience for him. But
wow.
She basically, I think she has some of the fortune, but she doesn't have all of it. But I think she's also having a weird artsy crisis. And I think she just wants to like meddle.
Yeah.
She wants to meddle. So they've met. They look alike. You can tell they're related.
Aww.
Dela Noire has a tattoo. That's shocking.
Wow. Is it of matches, or is it of something different? Is it of like a band she liked when she was like in her 30s?
Right. Because I was like, Phoenix would be like really basic and sick for her, but I would love it to be something random like that. Like just what's something around me? This guy.
That fucked up deer Elaine has.
I have this weird little deer statue that's crazy. So maybe she just has a really weird abstract animal on her.
That makes sense.
What if Crispy? I don't know. How does she feel about Crispy? I feel like she could be.
We have not talked about Crispy in like months. We've been on a real.
I think Crispy should get involved in the holes. I think someone could start making holes with different Crispies inside of them.
Oh yeah,
like Crispy. That could be interesting.
Oh my god, do you think they sell Crispy hand puppets at the
100%.
Clatfartburg gift shop? We haven't thought about this, but they absolutely do.
It might be in our list of top 100 Crispies, actually.
That's right. Actually, okay, maybe we Crispied ourselves out with top 100 Crispies, and we had to take a break. Okay, we did an episode on our bonus content called Top 100 Crispies, where we just named 100 variety of Crispies after I think you said Crispy Clonopin in an episode, and we had to get in on that. And I think ever since then, we have drastically reduced the amount we talk about Crispy. It's like we got them all out.
Yeah. And sometimes it feels illegal to talk about him, but he is like the mascot and such a big part of Clatfartburg. Like we're allowed to.
I've been missing him. I miss my Crisp.
Let's bring him in. I think some people are putting the little finger puppets in there. They're making little scenes. This might be people
in videos of TikTok of people getting the dirt out with the hand puppet like as a glove.
It's Crispy. Is Crispy the twister?
Is it the Crispter? And it's like, no, that doesn't really work.
He's jealous because he doesn't have ankles, just fins.
So I think absolutely there's some Crispy content going involved here. How do we think is the tourism board trying to start marketing the holes to be like, what's this weird new mystery going on in Clatfartburg? Can you find out who the twister is? They're trying like a true crime marketing campaign,
I could see, I think like I think the way this started was people were very afraid, and now they've reached the point where it's so horrible people are memeing it kind of situation, and now it's grown to be silly. I think now at that point they're joining, and they're doing the true crime aspect. Someone's starting a true crime podcast about it. Yeah. From the marketing board. It's Baby Tableau. Lamp Tableau.
Lamp.
Who's like a 15-year-old intern on social media, but I can see her rocking that.
I think the episodes are 7 minutes long, and there's 7 of them. That's it.
And 3 minutes of it is the intro and outro music.
Yeah. There were lots of new holes spotted today. Here's where they are. The park. The garden next to the library. Edna Edgars' yard. How dare you? And it keeps going like that, and then it's like, this has been the episode of Untwisting the Twister.
The mortal coil comes for us all. Perfect. Okay, so we've got the marketing board in on it. what kind of other hole?
Maybe Lamps planning holes to make better stories for her true crime.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like some people also might be accused on the beach when they're going to make a hole to like dig for a sandcastle. I think, because I do think we need to see the aspect of like the Karens being pissed at everyone. The lake beach, there's a lake and there's sand around it.
There's
and
a
that
lake.
sand is getting called a beach.
Sorry.
Lake at my wake. So I think some people get like really feisty, and like I wonder if like in the scary time before everyone was like a little more chill about it, if they were banning tiny shovels out in public. A
child tried to build a simple sandcastle and they were protesting.
The child was imprisoned. The child was in timeout with the lifeguard. It was bad.
Protesters protesting children building sandcastles is so funny.
There's a lot of weird protesting happening. I think it'd also be lovely to have this like cool crew of people who go to fill in the holes. Like that's their thing, and people start loving them, and then they turn to hate them because now they're ruining the fun. See, everything twists after a while. So they're seen as they're the holier than thou crew. I don't know. They fill in the holes.
Oh yeah.
And so they're trying to save, people. They go around. They have like their matching little vests.
And
I
think the hardware store lesbians were definitely on the crew for a little bit.
Oh yeah. They had great footage. It was fantastic. They were very efficient. And then I think
like
after
how
a while they were like,
this was things being buried, and now it's just holes. It's just holes.
It's just holes.
Which was your first suggestion? Is that there's a hole in Clatfartburg and nobody knows why? So we actually went back to your first suggestion.
There we go. It would be fun if someone started like putting a random key at the bottom of each hole, which when I see these holes, I'm imagining on average they're like 6 inches deep, for the quick holes. But then obviously there are some bigger holes, and that's more of a problem. But you can't dig too big of a hole, I feel like, downtown. Like, where's the space? How are you not going to get caught?
I think some of them are quite shallow too. A lot of the worst twisters are actually the shallow ones,
Yes.
Like 3 or 4
because you don't
inches. That's
notice.
Enough.
Yeah. I think, the squirrels are having a time. It rained. Little bird baths for a moment. Lots of little worm buffets, really, is what it became. The worm pit. That was a whole different situation.
That was unfortunate.
That was not great.
Not a great look.
Unless you're a worm lover, in which such a good time for you.
The best day
such
of
a
your
lost. Life. What would be really like? We go from terrified to memeing it to I think we then like reach a level of almost pissed off sometimes too. Like I feel like we're reaching a like, oh my god, stop.
Yeah.
With the holes, like the older people start memeing it, and that's when it dies, because that's when anything dies. When the older people get a hold of it and they're like, haha, and then you're like, well, now this is the end. Actually, all the corporations started doing Brad Summer, and it was like, and Brad Summer is now over. Thank you.
Do we think there's one big hole that like causes a huge problem that makes them be like, now we need to get to the bottom of this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do they dig up something important? Do they do something? Do they like dig up something that matters? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying they kidnap
the grave
Chris
of
Van
John
Winkle.
Claude Clatfartburg.
Okay, that's very different.
No.
I don't think they're grave robbing. Let's not do grave robbing.
No.
And I don't know if I want the founder of Clatfartburg to be named Jean Claude. I don't know if I want
No,
that.
I think we actually have it as a woman, and we listed it randomly once many moons ago.
Probably.
But
I believe that.
who's to say?
We would
time.
make it a woman. That doesn't track. I think maybe it's something like there was Edna Edgars had a commission she has become very beloved because she has won the Garden Beautification Awards. Edna Edgars is just a lovely old woman. That's all you need to know. Mm-hmm. And she was brought in for her multiple time success. She was brought in to design a new garden area for the park. The Great Big Stick Memorial Park that Chris Van Winkle is in. Lots of other things. The fountain, the memorial fountain from the Big Stick, which is an old skyscraper in Clatfartburg that got burned down. We don't need to go on any more than that.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Now, I think days after, this is a beautiful installation with lots of flowers, I think some designed topiaries, but just like lovely designed, not even really like funny, just like a lovely little garden that's cognizant of natural plants and things like that. But who would not like this? Who would not like that this happened?
Who would commit something
in the dead of the night? Edgar's, her horrible ex-husband, has once again removed his ankle monitor somehow, which they really need to get a better thing on. His son sets up a zip line for him from the roof of their house to the park. He lands down at the fountain. He's wearing a ghillie suit. And he digs up all of her flowers. All of her flowers. And it's devastating. And they all wake up, and Tori Cobbleton opens her shades. I think she lives near the park. She sees it's gone, and she goes, "That Twister has gone too far."
That's when they have to make the PSA. They have to do like breaking news and like Tori Cobbleton's conference.
Tori Cobbleton was holding a press conference. So a few days later, Tori Cobbleton is holding a press conference to say, we need to figure out who is this Twister, who has done these dastardly crimes. But Cole and Dale stand up. Dela Noire admitted to them that she was the one who started these holes, you know? And at this point, they kind of want some help finding her. So they're like, maybe, it may not be their finest moment, but they do start to sell out Dela Noire and say, hey, we know who the Twister is. And also, this would help their reputation as sleuths in the area, you know?
Oh, yeah.
We know who the Twister is. We had a strange encounter that we believe might be the identity, at least some of these holes. And then they get cut off, and the ballerina of the Twister acolytes raises her hand and goes, "I am the Twister." Crowds of gasps. Crowds of gasps. I created holes because I had trauma around twisting my ankle in ballet, and I wanted people to experience what I had experienced. And I created me and my Twister acolytes, and all the Twister acolytes stand up real quick. One of them does a little skip it. One of them scooters in from the bathroom. Set across, making many holes to devastate people. And that is why, and then someone else stands up, "But I am the Twister." I don't remember the list. Can we go through the list? I don't remember all of them.
The owner of the holes of at Clatfartburg Instagram.
"But I am the Twister." I am the proprietor of the Holes of Clatfartburg Instagram. Not in that way. I wanted to bring the joy of seeing holes and finding things in holes to greater people, because I am an archaeologist. And I saw when these holes started peeling across Clatfartburg, the best thing I could do was to help people enjoy holes and see what's going on in them.
But then suddenly, from the sky, a woodpecker emerges with a dirty beak and looks at Tori Cobbleton and then flies away.
Somebody with a crispy hand puppet. "But I am the Twister!" Becky and Harper realizing this could be a moment to get up on their brand standing, but we were actually also the Twister. As many of you might have seen, there were Harper XOXO makeup products in some of the holes.
Yes. And you'll see I got my nails done so that they look like dirt. Wasn't that clever? I think that was clever. Don't look at my ring tan line. Don't look at that.
But I am the Twister. It is I, Feaston Hay Richington. As many of you know, I've been building the largest hole Clatfartburg has ever seen in my new development property for my house. And many people, I was protested for many weeks, thinking I was the Twister. And I was in one way, but not in others. And then a small child, "But I am the Twister! I tried to build a sandcastle on the beach, and 12 women yelled at me!" Are there any
I'm
others?
actually suing the city.
I'm suing the city for emotional damage. Were there more? I know there were more.
Well, we had a lot of like people protesting. Protesters. I think we went through everyone like I wrote down. We had a lot of. Yeah, I think we covered most of the
the conspiracy
Most of the
theorist
folks, I mean.
tried to speak up, but nobody likes him, and they all talked over him. And Cole and Dale don't bring Dela Noire back up because they feel kind of bad. Or does Dela Noire leave
the door slam open?
Yeah.
There's a bright light behind her, and she's just this dark silhouette. And then she stomps forward, and she's wearing her red bottom heels.
Yeah. She says, I am the Twister. And then she snaps her fingers, and all the lights go out. And then she disappears.
And everyone's like, Tori Cobbleton, who the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Who was
like,
who was
like
that?
was actually the Twister, but who the fuck was that?
Guards! Tori, how many times have we told you don't have guards? We do have security.
Yeah.
We have, but they're not guards. Guards! Save
Get
the clock
that
tower.
woman. I like that because I don't think Cole and Dale, I think it was a moment of weakness for them to want to sell out Dela Noire. But I think it's an element of frustration. This woman has been teasing them for months, and then she's quite mean to them when she finally meets them.
Is she good or is she bad?
They don't know.
Like they've kind of reviewed her as good, but now it's like, well, what's going on?
Because that's
here?
right. We had the movie episode where we were like, wait, is she evil? We were like,
yeah, right. Like it was like, well, and has she been wronged or is she just
is she trying
wrong?
to drive Cole and Dale apart? Because it does feel like she is a little bit, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I think she's got some like stuff she needs to figure out, and I think that whatever made her stop painting lamps, I think is at the crux of everything.
That's really the key.
That really is the key, because you go to paint a match and it's gorgeous and people deny it. You try to do it anonymously and nothing happens, then were you ever a good artist? I don't know, maybe that's where a crisis began. And what do you do with that? You bury those feelings. So what do? You wait until 3 a.m. and you get your shovel and you're going to create some art.
Yeah. Well.
What do they do with everything? They're just like, well, I guess stop.
I think this does kind of put the thing to a close. I think at this point, the excitement has died down. Dela Noire stops. I think the acolytes, now that they've revealed who they are, now that everyone has revealed who they are, I think they kind of can't keep making the holes, you know?
Yeah. Well, also, you got to imagine there's some people sitting there glaring at these people wearing their little ankle braces and having their foot wrapped and having it peeped out. And now I think people are realizing, like, they're seeing the consequences of some of their actions and they're going, oh.
Yes.
Oh. Because I am going to say this, beep, 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 beep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Edgar's bursts in at one point and goes, I was the Twister.
Oh,
he has to have.
He has to. He has to.
Mr. Edgar's, you're not allowed out of your home. And then he gets rearrested again.
But I'm the true Twister. You can't catch my ankles. Oh, wait, no. Now, wait a minute here. Hold on. Before you take me, everybody else is here claiming to be the Twister. And so maybe I didn't start the first hole. But who starts the first thing anyway? One person. And then everybody else helps blaze the trail. That doesn't mean they don't mean anything. Leonardo DiCaprio blazed the trail for Galileo. Do you see how it understands and works? Now, you're saying the Twister over here was known for ankle thievery and such with and mischief. I, multiple times, have successfully eluded my ankle monitor. Doesn't that not make me one of the most ankle criminals you've ever seen? Perhaps I should get a documentary and some funds, because that's pretty interesting what I just did. And also those Twister acolytes, you can follow me. People do that for people in jail. You can, like, I'll get a little flashlight and you can wave to me from my home or something. But if you want to praise me properly, you don't need to have the skippets. You can just hop on down and it's fine. Learn how to take off an ankle monitor. We'll do a little seminar. It's great. Okay, well, they're taking me. Thank you, everyone, for your time. And remember, Edgar Edgars, I hate my son. He sucks. Bye.
Good. It would feel incomplete if we didn't get a Mr. Edgar's monologue when he appears.
Yeah.
It is his role.
I'm like out of breath now. Did not breathe. Well, they fill in all the holes and life goes back to being pretty smooth. And that is how we pulled off an episode that started with things are buried around and there's holes.
I think it was great.
So fun.
Yeah.
And again, I never really doubt us, but sometimes I'm like, we have a topic and I'm like, can we make that happen? And this is one of those ones that I'm going to add as proof that yes, we can.
We can really come in with anything. Well, thank you
Truly.
so much for listening to this episode of Clatfartburg. If you want more bonus content from us, you can find us at buymeacoffee.com. Nope. You can find us at clatfartburg.com, and you can reach us on Gmail at clatfartburg@gmail.com, or find us on Instagram at Clatfartburg. Some of the bonus content we put out recently, we did that Guess Who, which was super fun, and I'm excited to do again. Mm-hmm. We also just should have at this point put out a commentary track for The Silver Bullet, which is an insane Stephen King werewolf movie recommended by one of our listeners, which did deliver. It was,
yes.
I've not seen another movie like it. So thank you for that recommendation. And I appreciate all of your all's support. With that all being said, thank you so much for visiting for Clatfartburg. And make sure.
Watch your step. Be careful.
Yeah. Make sure to look before you step.
Yeah. Do ankle exercises. Stretch it out. It's good. Yeah, it's really important, and that'll stay with you. It'll stay with you. But you got this. You can do it. I believe in you.
Bye.
Bye.